Hi, Rod, just checking in on June 22nd, the day after Father's Day, and hope and pray you had a wonderful time with your families, your church families over the weekend. And just to thank all of you for persevering and most importantly, praying for one another, checking on one another throughout the association. Our pastors are beginning to share prayer times, and just guys checking on one another has been a great blessing to hear of. And again, thank you for persevering again as to the reopening of our churches, the safety guidelines being observed, and just continuing to try to learn from God what He's teaching us through this and how He wants to change doing church. So that sincerely keep praying that God will reveal to all of us how He wants to bring us further into an Acts like Acts 2, particularly experience. That said, I want to encourage your consideration. Our next seminary extension course is coming up starting in August. It's going to be a course on growing leaders, growing groups, growing churches. That's the title of this course. Just quickly, the books that we're going to be using in this is going to be a book called Revitalize by Anthony Davis, Andrew Davis, and then a book by Michael Fletcher, Empowering Leadership, How to Grow Leaders. The first book is on just how to see our churches experience revisioning, revitalization. The third book is 8 Habits of Effective Small Group Leaders, a book on how to grow groups and how to multiply groups. And then the last one is entitled God's Style. Dr. Johnson writing this book, he's an American Baptist, but he writes on how different personalities should be self-aware to do evangelism the way God wired you. It's a very practical book. So these are all practical texts, and these will be our textbooks for this course in August. Again, the class is all virtual. Every week you get a YouTube and email instructions on that week's work. And then we do some discussion board posts to one another to see responses to the main topic for the week. There's 4 of those every other week. The off weeks we're responding to 2 of our class peers. So again, the class is open to all of our pastors, any of our church leaders interested in going through the class. It's approximately 100 pages of reading, and then your assignments, which is basically book reports, and then a final paper of how you're going to use this in your role of leadership in your church to help your church carry out the Great Commandment and the Great Commission. So it's a very practical course and a very encouraging course, as well as the equipping insights and handles that it affords us. So please consider it, or encouraging some of your leaders in the church to go through this class. Lastly, thank all of you again for your prayers for Janess, for those that donated monies, donated time in doing interviews and researching and finding out facts and what needed to be changed if it was saved, and then also donating and willing to donate time to see the camp go forward with a reduced budget. And so we are grateful that God opened the door last Wednesday for the Camp 2 sale to one of our churches out of the Bay Area, large church, Grace Point Church. So keep praying that God will just guide us what He's wanted us to learn and take away, and what He wants us to do about our district camp needs, as we will need to find another camp to hold our district camp at starting in 21. God bless you. Have a great week ahead. All right, bye.